about this, what should I do? Well, the word say this, I think I'm going to do that. But I feel like this, Lord, but the word say this. And you just keep talking to yourself, and after a while, you start doing what the word says. Now, don't go out in public doing it today. Talk to yourself in yourself. Because I don't want nobody coming bringing no white jacket and wrecking you up. But the thing is, we've kind of made a mockery out of talking to yourself. You'll be sitting in class as a young child, and you sit there just talking to yourself because the teacher was boring you, ignoring them like some people do me, just talking to yourself. And then all of a sudden, somebody said, "You talking to?" "No, I ain't talking to myself. I heard you saying something." And they start joking you and clowning you, and you feel like this is a bad thing, but it's a healthy thing. That's a way to de-stress. If you look at, even when you communicate to yourself, what you communicate will determine your outcome. If you're upset and you keep telling yourself, "They done made me mad, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this," the only thing you do is working yourself and getting yourself even more upset. If you look at yourself, "I don't look good today, my hair ain't right, it's just receding, it's going all the way back, Lord, I can't get it together." When you go out, your confidence level is here. With all of my shiny head, I look at myself, I said, "Man, God did a good job. You was bad, never job." So regardless of how anybody else feels, I have to feel good about God knew what he was doing when he made me. He didn't want me to have, hair like everybody else, because if I had hair like everybody else, I'd be dangerous. So he said, I got to keep him at a place where he won't get full of himself. So let me control him by taking a little hair. You see? That's what he told Paul. Paul said, "Lord, can this be passed from me?" He said, "Take the thorn out of me, Lord." He said, "My grace is sufficient." He said, he let him keep it so it could buffet him. So the thing is, when you look at Paul, and to be honest with Paul, I believe that, the reason that God did that, because if not, Paul would have been arrogant. Paul was proficient in speaking at least 7 different languages. Not only this, he was a man that understood multiple cultures. He knew how to conduct himself everywhere he went. He knew the word inside and out because he was taught by one of the greatest theologians of the time. The only person in the Bible that you see that the Bible references as doctor. How we have the titles, doctor, this, doctor, that. He was the only one you find reference of in the Bible, Galileo, which was the teacher of Apostle Paul. Only one that was, I'm talking about not medical physician, but I'm talking about Bible physician. The thing is, when you look at this guy, if God didn't do something to him, he would be good and arrogant. People say that it was his sight. I don't believe it was his sight. Some people say he has sin going on. I don't believe it was sin, because the Bible lets us know God is holy, so we ought to be holy. So why would God, validate him and tell him, "I'm not going to take sin away from you," if he was supposed to operate in sin? When you begin to do your research, he had a little issue like me. And he had a hump in his back. Some of the prophets, God used them so mightily, God caused them to have a bald head. Somebody said, "Prove it." I will. When you look at the scripture, the Bible says some little children came and started making fun of the prophet. "Go up, thou bald head. Go up." The prophet got mad and called she-bears out of the woods and got hold of the children. So God had to keep them humble by certain situations. Why? I told you, he's a jealous God. So when you begin to look at it, what are you communicating? Are you communicating with God, "If you bless me, I'm going to put you in number 2. Then God said, "I can't do but so much." If you let God know, "You bless me, and if you bless me some more, I'm going to put you at number 1 even more." That means you're going to be number 1 higher. Then God will start pouring more blessings out on you. What are you communicating? Am I helping you? Look with me here. Oh, my time is going. Give me 5 minutes. I promise you. I can't even deal with all I want to deal with. But the thing is, the scripture tells us, it says that Jesus suffered, learned by the things that he suffered. So what he went through communicated change to him. When you discipline your children, you're communicating change to them. When you love your children and you embrace them, you're communicating change to them. What they call is the reward system. When the child does well, "Good job, Johnny. Good job, Mary. Ooh, yeah." So now they want that praise, so they do well again. When they do bad, no. You're communicating discipline to them. They don't like pop. They want to say, "Yeah, Johnny, yeah, Mary." So they do what's necessary in order to get that response. How is it we can do it in the natural, but we don't want to do it or receive it in the spirit? Oh, God. Look with me here at Galatians 6.